Imagine a road that carried empires across deserts, mountains, and seas. Some still echo beneath our feet today. From the oldest stone paths to the grandest trade arteries, stay tuned and discover why. Number 1 will surprise you. Silk caravans were not the only threads linking east and west, a vast network of routes did. The Silk Road, a sprawling web of caravan trails, stretched over 4,000 miles from Chang'an in China to the Mediterranean ports of Antioch and Alexandria. Though never a single road, merchants, pilgrims, and envoys traversed its dusty paths, exchanging silk, spices, tea, and ideas that reshaped empires. Along the way, cities like Samarkand and Kasha blossomed into cultural crossroads, while Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam spread far beyond their birthplaces. Archaeologists have uncovered caravanserais, stone markers, and remnants of ancient bridges that attest to the route's endurance. While modern highways now overlay portions of the old tracks, the legacy of the Silk Road endures in the languages, cuisines, and artistic motifs that still weave through our world today, influencing trade patterns even in 2026.
Carved into the Italian peninsula, the Via Appia stands as a testament to Roman engineering precision. Built in 312 BC, this stone-paved artery linked Rome to the southern port of Brindisi, covering roughly 350 kilometers. Its straight, layered basalt slabs allowed legions, merchants, and messengers to move swiftly across the empire, reinforcing military control and economic integration. Milestones mark distances, while roadside tombs and villas illustrate the road's role in daily life. Even after the fall of Rome, the Appia continued to guide pilgrims and traders throughout the Middle Ages. Today, walkers can still tread sections of the original pavement, feeling the same worn stones that once heard the clatter of chariots. Scholars estimate that the road reduced travel time by up to half compared to older paths, a factor that helped Rome sustain its vast territories for centuries.
Stretching across the spine of the Andes, the Qhapaq, often called the Inca Trail, spanned roughly 30,000 kilometers, linking the empire from present-day Colombia to Chile. Constructed without mortar, its expertly fitted stone steps and suspension bridges navigated altitudes above 4,500 meters, demonstrating an engineering mastery that rivaled later European feats. The network facilitated the movement of armies, officials, and tribute goods such as textiles and potatoes, knitting together diverse ecological zones into a cohesive political entity. Along its route, tambos, rest stations, provided shelter, while intricate road markers indicated direction and distance. UNESCO recognized the Qhapaq as a World Heritage Site for its cultural significance and remarkable preservation. Modern hikers who trek portions of the trail encounter the same breathtaking vistas that inspired Incan astronomers, and researchers continue to map undiscovered segments, revealing that the road's influence persists in Andean societies today.
Hidden beneath the sands of Iran, the Persian Royal Road stretched approximately 2,500 kilometers from Sardis in the west to Susa in the east, forging a communication lifeline for the Achaemenid Empire. Established by Darius I around 500 BC, the route featured a series of relay stations where mounted couriers could exchange fresh horses, enabling messages to travel the entire length in roughly a week, an astonishing speed for the era. The road also carried tribute, troops, and luxury goods, reinforcing the empire's cohesion across diverse cultures. Stone foundations, carved waymarkers, and remnants of palace inns have been uncovered by archaeologists, confirming the road's sophisticated layout. While the exact path has shifted over millennia, its concept of rapid, state-controlled communication influenced later empires, including the Romans and the Byzantines. Today, modern highways trace portions of the ancient corridor, reminding us that efficient infrastructure has always been a cornerstone of empire building.
Built over centuries, the Grand Trunk Road weaves through the Indian subcontinent, extending from modern Bangladesh to Afghanistan, covering roughly 2,400 kilometers. Its origins trace back to the Mauryan Empire in the 3rd century BC, but it was the Mughal Emperor Shah Suri in the 16th century who standardized and resurfaced the route, adding inns, wells, and milestones. The road linked major cities such as Delhi, Lahore, and Kolkata, fostering trade in spices, textiles, and precious stones while also serving as a conduit for armies and pilgrims. Travelers would rest at caravanserais, where cultures mingled and ideas exchanged, seeding the rich tapestry of South Asian civilization. Today, the Grand Trunk Road forms the backbone of several national highways, and its historic segments still display the original stone paving and Mughal-era arches, illustrating a continuity of connectivity that persists into the 21st century.
Crossing the harsh deserts of the Levant, the King's Highway linked Egypt with Mesopotamia, spanning roughly 2,000 kilometers from the Nile Valley to the Euphrates. First mentioned in Egyptian texts of the 18th dynasty, the route gained prominence under the Assyrian and later the biblical kingdoms of Israel and Judah. It facilitated the movement of armies, trade caravans carrying incense, copper, and textiles, and religious pilgrims visiting sacred sites like Jerusalem and Petra. Stone milestones and fortified way stations, some still visible today, attest to its strategic importance. The highway also served as a political tool. Controlling its checkpoints meant controlling the flow of wealth and information across empires. Although modern roads have replaced much of its original alignment, archaeological surveys reveal that sections of the ancient pavement still guide contemporary travelers across the region.
Along the endless Sahara, a network of routes connected West African kingdoms to the Mediterranean world, moving gold, salt, and ivory across distances exceeding 3,000 kilometers. These pathways emerged around the 8th century AD, with camel caravans, often called the ships of the desert, providing the essential transport power. Oases such as Timbuktu and Gao became bustling trade hubs where scholars, merchants, and explorers exchanged not only goods but also knowledge, fostering the rise of great Islamic learning centers. While the exact routes shifted with seasonal winds and political changes, stone cairns and ancient well sites mark the corridors used for centuries. Modern satellite imagery has helped researchers map previously unknown branches, revealing the complexity of this desert highway system. Though modern air travel has eclipsed the caravan, the cultural legacy of the trans-Saharan routes remains evident in music, language, and the enduring legend of desert trade.
Ancient amber, prized for its golden hue, traveled from the Baltic coast to the Mediterranean via the Amber Road, a series of overland routes spanning roughly 1,800 kilometers. Beginning in the Iron Age, merchants carried the fossilized resin through dense forests, river valleys, and mountain passes, exchanging it for Roman wine, Greek pottery, and Egyptian glass. Archaeological finds of amber beads in Roman graves and Celtic settlements confirm the road's extensive reach. The route also facilitated cultural interactions, spreading artistic motifs and technological knowledge between northern tribes and southern empires. While the exact pathways varied over time, remnants of ancient roadbeds and toll stations have been identified in present-day Poland, the Czech Republic, and Italy. Today, the Amber Road inspires modern tourism routes, allowing travelers to trace the glittering trail that once linked the North Sea to the Mediterranean.
Rising along the eastern Mediterranean coast, the Via Maris connected Egypt's Nile Delta with the Levantine cities of Gaza, Ashkelon, and Damascus, covering about 1,500 kilometers of coastal and inland terrain. First documented in Egyptian military texts of the 12th dynasty, the route served as a strategic artery for armies, traders, and pilgrims moving between the African and Asian worlds. It facilitated the exchange of papyrus, linen, spices, and ideas, influencing the development of early urban centers like Jericho and Byblos. Remains of fortified outposts, stone bridges, and ancient ports along the Via Maris illustrate its importance for both commerce and defense. Although modern highways now shadow portions of the ancient path, the cultural imprint of this maritime-linked road endures in the shared architectural and linguistic heritage of the region.
Finally, deep within the Levantine Valley, archaeologists have uncovered what is believed to be the world's oldest known road, a Natufian trail dating back roughly 12,000 years. Composed of compacted limestone slabs and lined with stone markers, the 15-kilometer pathway linked seasonal hunter-gatherer camps to abundant water sources and fertile plains. Its existence suggests early humans deliberately engineered routes to streamline movement, predating organized agriculture. The trail's alignment with wild grain stands hints at early experimentation with proto-farming, while wear patterns indicate repeated foot traffic and possibly the transport of heavy stone tools. Though modest compared to later imperial highways, this ancient track reveals that the impulse to create connective infrastructure is deeply rooted in human history, laying a subtle foundation for the grand roads that would later shape civilizations.
We've walked the dusty trails of the Silk Road, marched along the Roman Via Appia, and climbed the lofty passes of the Inca Qhapaq Nan, each route leaving an indelible mark on human progress. These ancient highways remind us that connectivity has always been the engine of civilization, shaping economies, religions, and ideas across continents. If you found this journey as fascinating as we did, subscribe so you don't miss the next mind-blowing list. New episodes arrive every week. Let us know in the comments which highway you found most intriguing, and give the video a like if you enjoyed the ride through time.